The creative process. The creative process for me started when I began skateboarding. I see my neighbors outside skating. I knew wanted to do it. It just seemed so fascinating to me. Soon after, I watched a skateboard video in my neighbor's house, and I needed my own copy. The one I watched was completely haggard, but it got me really motivated to want to skate. So for the first time, I went to a skate shop. This place was once called Speed Freaks. I went in there, looked at the collection of VHS tapes. I picked one up. At this point, I don't even know which one I had in my hand, but when I wrote my address on their mailing list, the owner, Jason Ellison, told me, "Hey, the person who made this video lives on the road next to you. It's called Where the Fun Begins." At that time, I didn't think I would go introduce myself to the person who made this video, but I did buy that video instead of the one that was in my hand. I went home, put the tape in my VCR player, and watched it over and over and over, and realized I needed to meet this person who made this video. I was just amazed seeing the local spots and how it was edited. I was so used to filming with a huge camcorder, the kind that you put on your shoulder. It was really big and heavy. But I did decide I needed to meet the person who made this video, and his name was Michael Larkey. I was just this little kid. Went to his house, knocked on the door, and introduced myself. I told him I'm a skateboarder and I live on the road next to you. He was kind enough to talk to me being this little kid. Might have been days, might have been weeks later, might have been a month later. I'm actually not too sure. I was skateboarding with my neighbors on my road, and randomly a big, huge pickup truck drove down the road, and it was Larkey. I really don't remember what was talked about, but he sat in his truck, and he was just saying that he was stoked to see us skating or something like that. But little did I know this would turn into a lifelong friendship. So you can say with me, it all began with filmmaking. He took me out skateboarding in my hometown. He was teaching me a better way to film because I was just filming it awkwardly. I think kind of how anyone starts filming skateboarding. He kind of showed the different angles and what you can do to make something look a little bit better. But this isn't what kind of changed my life. What actually changed my life is the first time he was getting ready to go shoot photos. He showed me a bunch of photos and a bunch of photo slides. I can remember so vividly looking through those slides, and I knew immediately, this is who I am. I got home that night. We had a point and shoot my Nolta 35mm camera, and I started shooting skateboarding, point and shoot, and I'd just go through rolls of film. I would take it to a local store and just get it developed, and I did that for years. And I kept on filming as well. And that was truly the beginning of me becoming an artist. I feel like that little story was appropriate to start this documentary series. Every episode will have some type of story, whether it's thoughts, something that happened, or just documenting the time. I think something about the age of 30 hit me. Not in a bad way, actually in a very positive way. I think this idea also came about with having a son. I think it's one of those things, when he's older, maybe my age, he'll kind of wonder what my thought process was growing up. Maybe he'll look at my photos and wonder what I was doing, what I was thinking, what my idea was behind it. Maybe that's what this is all for, but I'm not really too sure. All I just know, the creative process is more important than the final product.